Philip Catney. He is a senior lecturer in politics at Keele University in the UK. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, was this expected?
Yes, I mean, at the start of the campaign, there was other candidates who may have looked like they had a chance. The James Cleverly, former Foreign Secretary, former Home Secretary, was seen as the more centre ground candidate, and they thought that he might have a chance. But because of some chicanery in the Conservative parliamentary election, he didn't make it to the final two, and really the voters there had a choice of two quite right-wing candidates.
The question there has to be surely, Philip, what is her appeal?
Well, she's different in many respects. She appeals to them in the sense that she fights the culture wars issues that has come to define the Conservative Party in many parts of the right in the UK now. She has issues, it's thought, with things like maternity pay. She's called out things like critical race theory. So she fits some of the right-wing drift now inside the Conservative Party. So she has that going for her. She is a plausible speaker, and she is somebody who has campaigned vigorously. But there are other things about her which is causing unease inside the Conservative Party in terms of her personal relationships, engagements with people, and how she manages relationships with people in the workplace.
Well, you mentioned this sort of drift to the right by the Conservative Party. Will this be reflected in the cabinet that she appoints?
She said she's going to offer all the people who were standing against her roles. She has to, in one sense, go to the right in terms of language, because the Conservative Party, one of the reasons it did so badly in the election here was because it was being pushed on the right, or competed on the right rather, by the Reform Party. So the Conservative Party would probably ideally want to be taking the centre ground, trying to get it away from Labour. But unfortunately, they're also fighting on their flank a more right-wing party. So they found themselves caught between which way do they want to be. So Badenoch at one level is somebody who represents quite a right-wing stance in the party. Can she then appeal to more centre ground voters? That's going to be the question for the Conservative Party in the next, as she said, 5, 10, 15 years, as she said in her speech.
Philip, what we also have is a lot of critics saying that she lacks policy depth, as it were. Now, how popular is she amongst the Conservative ground, shall I say, grassroots, and also perhaps the public overall, which is going to be key?
She's a bit of an unknown quantity, really, in that sense. While it has been in cabinet now for a few years, she wasn't necessarily one of the faces that people recognised as easily, or at least knew what she stood for. And now she's a Conservative Party leader. She will get more attention, but she'll also come to more scrutiny. And this is the question she's going to have to be confronted with. What does she represent? What does she stand for? She's taken some eye-catching positions for the right, but now she has to start leading the party in different ways, and actually possibly trying to compromise with other parts that she's not had to do so far. So this is going to be a test of whether she has those kind of leadership skills of recognising other voices and trying to hear them and reflect that in the party's messaging.
Philip, thank you very much indeed. Philip Catney there from Keele University in Staffordshire in England.